The national chairman of the All Progressives Congress and the former governor of Edo State, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole, has filed an action before the Benin Division of the Federal High Court for the enforcement of his fundamental rights over the Benin Specialist Hospital. In the originating motion dated 25th of March 2020, which was reported by the Nigeria lawyer TNL, respondents in the suit are Edo State Government, Attorney General of Edo State, Chief J.U. Oyomire, retired, Professor Emmanuel Obaseki Ebo, Mrs. Elizabeth Owaifo, Enimaku Hilary Igemo, Anthony Izehale, Inspector General of Police and Department of State Security. In motion with suit number FHC/B/CS/40/2020 signed by his counsel, Namonsu Udo Ekanem SAN, Adams Oshiomhole is seeking the following reliefs. A declaration that the action of the first respondent in constituting the third to seventh respondent into a commission of inquiry to probe the applicant's building and award of contract for the building of the Benin Specialist Hospital in Benin City without notice of the applicant or inviting the applicant to state his own side on the issue constitutes a gross violation of the fundamental rights of the applicant to a fair hearing as enshrined in Section 36 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended. 2. A declaration that Governor of Edo State by name Godwin Obaseki is acting in clear and obvious bias in appointing his blood relation in person of Emmanuel Obaseki Ebo, of who is the fourth respondent in this suit, constitutes a situation of the said Governor Godwin Obaseki becoming a judge in his own cause and constitutes a violation of one of the principles of the fair hearing is nemo dat in causa sua, and amounts to a violation of the rights the applicant as enshrined in Section 36 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended. Other reliefs sought are declaration that the Commission of Inquiry cannot lawfully sit at the National Industrial Court premises, being an agency of the federal government and not an organ of the Edo State government, and an order restraining the Commission of Inquiry from sitting, same being contrary to Oshiomole's right to fair hearing. An order is also sought restraining the Inspector General of Police and Department of State Security (DSS) from acting on any reports of the Commission of Inquiry. Adams Oshiomhole also sought a declaration that if before, during or after the filing of the application, second to sixth defendants produce any reports as the product of Commission of Inquiry, the said report is rendered null and void, same having bearing arrowed as in gross violation of the fundamental rights of the applicant. Oshiomole's suit is accompanied by an affidavit of 7 paragraphs wherein he swore that the Benin Specialist Hospital was commissioned and remained intact under his administration till he handed over power to the current governor. He accused Governor Obaseki of swearing to pull him, Oshiomhole, down and has been making efforts to remove him as the national chairman of APC. Oshiomhole swore that the Commission of Inquiry set up by Governor Obaseki had never invited him to explain anything to them, and the said committee as a blood brother of the governor, Professor Emmanuel Obaseki Ebo, as a member. He further swore that the commission is hurrying up his job without hearing him, and is therefore afraid his fundamental rights would be violated if his reliefs are not granted. He annexed the copy of the news of the constitution of the committee, which he downloaded from the internet. In a written address in support of the application, it was argued on behalf of the applicant that the Federal High Court has requisite jurisdiction to entertain the matter. Reliance was placed on some decided case, including the case of Jack V. University of Agriculture, Makurdi, 2004, LPER 1587 SC, and reproduce its relevant ratio containing the pronouncement of Pa Kasina Alu, JSC, page 11, paras AE, as follows. Wow. I would like to point out that Section 42 of 1 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which I have reproduced above, has provided a cause for the enforcement of the fundamental rights as enshrined in Chapter 4. A person whose fundamental rights is breached, being breached, or about to be breached may therefore apply to a high court in that state for redress. Order 1 Rule 2 of the Fundamental Rights Enforcement Procedure Rules 1979, which came into force on January 1st, 1980, defines court as meaning the Federal High Court or the High Court of a state. What this means is this: both the Federal High Court and the High Court of a state have concurrent jurisdiction. It was further argued on behalf of Oshiomhole that his probe is in violation of his right to fair hearing. In this case at hand, the applicant whose tenure as governor is being probed has not been afforded an opportunity to defend himself, a violation of the Audi Alteram Partem principle. Many cases were cited and the court was urged to grant the application of the applicants. So guys, this our law English. It's it's really very very funny, of course. But in a nutshell, they are speaking all this law terminology here and there. But at least the bottom line now is that Oshiomhole is stopping the court to for him to be probed, because he has not been given the opportunity for him to be heard, and for the fact that those who are in that panel, the committee, one of them is Obaseki's a blood brother, so he believes that his fundamental human rights might be violated and all of that. Technicality will start setting in. For Oshiomhole to have responded, that means they are really going somewhere. This thing is going beyond what people have been thinking. It's really really going beyond what we have been thinking, or we have been envisaging all this while. Obaseki is taking this whole thing to another level. The drama has started already, so let them begin to go back and forth, back and forth. Oh my goodness. Let them begin to go back and forth. They are beginning to fight it themselves. They will begin to expose a lot of things. Like I said before, for this case, the drama or the record between Oshiomhole and Obaseki to have lingered to this extent, it shows that something is really wrong somewhere. Oba of Benin could not settle them. The president could not settle them. The people from Abuja, all over the world, they have come to reconcile these two gentlemen, but they have just refused. Is it to serve all of these things? At the end of the day, is because of the masses, because of the people in the state. That's why they are fighting. Obaseki is saying, oh, he has sworn to the oath that he's going to protect the people of that state. He's going to take care of the, what is it called? He's going to take care of every property, anything that belongs to the state. So that is what he's fighting. He does not want people who are of a questionable character to come and have a say in the government. And also, he said the time of Agberu era is gone, that he wants a refined people, and that is what he's fighting for. Oshiomhole on the other side, and they are still accusing Oshiomhole that Oshiomhole wants to be the godfather. At the end of the day, Oshiomhole on his own, he said, and a lot of people are saying Obaseki is not carrying everybody along. He does not work with people. He has advised him on several occasions that irrespective of people's character, that you have to work with them. And that is why he's having problem. That he has to work with all of them. So that is what they have been arguing. But now they are taking this whole thing to another level. Let us see how it's going to end. Definitely all these two gentlemen, they have their followers. Those who believe in Oshiomhole and some who believe in Obaseki. We are going to be hearing from them very quickly, because they will tell you don't know what is happening. That Oshiomhole is a very bad person. Oh, Obaseki is not good. Obaseki is an ingrate. But let's see here what some are saying. Some are neutral, some are on the fence. Someone says, if you are not corrupt, let him probe you and defend yourself. Going to court indicates you have skeleton in your cupboard. That's what somebody says. Someone say, why now? You should know the where these people belong to. With this comment, you know where they belong to. And someone is saying, why is it that Obaseki is now probing now? Another says, okay, they've started insulting themselves. So because you believe in God, you will not look the road properly before you cross. People like you will just die anyhow. His Excellency Godwin Nohihase Obaseki, congratulations. I see you governing Edo State in second tenure. Teach that man a lesson of his life. Oga, allow this guy go for second term before you go down with him, or you go down alone and become a history. Use your head. Osho, you hunted down all political godfathers in Edo during your reign as governor. Why do you think you will not be hunted down? It's all about karma. The hunter is now being hunted. You must eat the food you prepared. What goes around comes around. Another litigation teased Supreme Court by 2024. The governor cannot bite the fingers that fed him. He made him a governor from nowhere. Adams still have the capacity to remove him. I support the National Party chairman. I told you, Oshiomhole has his favorite, his followers. They are going to come for him. Oh my goodness. A lot of people are coming and say, oh, you can bite the finger that fed you if that finger is the finger of a thief. Who? Someone say, just sleep. You are the bad egg in this state. It is the finger that withhold the meat that invite the teeth to bite them. Fighting corruption has no limits, and good courts can only support the fight. You support the governor because you are wicked and evil. Nonsense supporters who betray their people and consciousness because of a peanut. It is always a step to fight corruption. Oshiomhole, you can't stop court to not to probe you because you are a big thief in Edo. Whether now or at later date, the truth about how our present political elite ruled and ruined the economy of the nation shall be revealed. Mr. Chairman should be reminded that how the labor transport during Abacha's reign has not been forgotten. Okay, why are you afraid if your hands are clean? Then answer the probe. The major campaign jingle of the present government in 2015 election campaign was to fight corruption in high places. But why Oshiomhole is running from pillar to post to escape being probed of hospital projects he carried out during his stalwart as the governor of the state? My take and advice to Oshiomhole is just to do the needful now and prove his clean bill in that project. Simple, though his action is a confirmation of the proverbial statement that says no smoke without fire. So guys, let us hear your opinion concerning this. Some people have the opinion that Oshiomhole, if your hands are clean, go and answer to the question, stop running from pillar to post. And some people are like, oh, Obaseki is an ingrate. So guys, what do you think? Leave your comments below and let's have your take.